what if I told you that just by missing the mark on this one thing, you're actually decreasing your immune system to function by 70%. And your chances of catching a cold just went up by 200 to 300%. Insulin resistance can increase 30% after just a week of not doing this one thing quite right. Even if you think you are doing it pretty well, and you're just not quite getting enough, you're not doing it well enough, just in a week, you can set yourself on track for metabolic dysfunction, weight gain, and even mess up your body's hunger signaling, as in your ghrelin levels actually shift over time, let alone cortisol levels just increase. And not that any of us need help with increasing cortisol levels, as we all typically live in a pretty stressful environment nowadays. Not to mention, guys, just by not getting quite enough of this thing over even just a few days' time, you can decrease your natural testosterone production by 10 to 15%. That ages you 10 years, as in a male 10 years older than you is now producing the equivalent of what you are just by this one thing. Your chance of heart disease when we are chronically deprived of this thing go up by 50%. And your chance of stroke, 15%. Your all-cause mortality, so any form of death, premature death, goes up by 12%. So this thing must be pretty important, right? I couldn't think of, maybe there's a couple things in the same category. It's not exercise, although that would be a great guess. Exercise is vital, is important. Getting regular movement throughout the day is absolutely necessary, and not getting enough exercise and movement over the course of your life can have similar impacts on the body. But this thing is actually much easier, much simpler to control. But we do a lot of things in our everyday life that completely throw us off and make really addressing this quite tough, especially in our today's world with technology and just our chaotic lifestyles and things that just have been normalized over time. So this thing that I'm talking about is sleep. Maybe some of you guessed that ahead of time. Maybe some of you are way off the mark, but sleep really is that important. And when it comes to sleep, sure, sleeping more is good. And I think a lot of us are aware that getting that 7, 8, 9 hours of sleep is going to be ideal, and most of us just know we function better getting enough sleep, so that's no secret. And yes, getting enough sleep can be tough. I went for years, a decade really, of with between high school, grad school, where I certainly was not getting enough sleep, and I just ran by the whole idea that I'll sleep when I'm dead. You know, like, there is way too much important stuff to do, and I don't need to sleep. I'll do that some other time. But couldn't have been more wrong. Could not have been more wrong. So we're going to straighten some things out when it comes to how much sleep you actually need to function at your best, to heal at your best, and more importantly than just simply the quantity or amount of sleep you're getting, how can we actually optimize sleep? How can we actually improve the overall quality of sleep? So sometimes more isn't just necessarily better. We can do a lot of things, simple things really, to improve the actual quality of sleep that we're getting, how well our body can actually restoratively get into a better place, and our body can naturally heal better. You don't need even to take more supplements. You don't need to do all these fancy lifestyle hacks that maybe you see on social media. Like, sleeping is a superpower for your body. We were designed to get a certain amount of that, and there can be some easy hacks, some easy little changes in your day-to-day life. And some of that comes in the evening, some of it comes in the early morning, and some of that midday. We're going to cover really everything when it comes to how do we optimize sleep, because, you know, quite honestly, this is one of those things that I hear about all the time when it comes to things that people know they can improve on is their overall sleep. And so we're going to dive into every aspect of that at our workshop. It's a great time for me to spend a solid chunk of time just diving into the ins and outs of different aspects of sleep and how we can optimize that. And I mean, I couldn't think of a more important thing to really incorporate into your overall regimen when you are on this journey of health and getting healthy. And this is an aspect of your 5 essentials of wellness that is going to really take you to that next level. So can't wait for you guys to join us in the office. It's gonna be Wednesday night, the week before Thanksgiving. I believe it's the 19th at 6:30. Double check the front desk on that day. But sign up so we know how many people to expect. Bring somebody that's been complaining about sleep. I know you all have a coworker that complains about it every day. So let's get them in. Let's get them straightened out on this topic, and you guys can endeavor in this journey together. So can't wait to see you guys.